There's quite a lot that is going to be happening this weekend, and that's because it's the prelude, it's the penultimate weekend to, of course, the EPL, the first weekend EPL, and that will be the Community Shield in England. We'll talk about all of that, and also the Olympics. The Olympics, that's a big one. The Olympics. Nigeria has not yet gotten a medal. Yesterday was a big chance for us because Ese Brume and two others were in the finals of the women's long jump. There were 12 finalists and Nigeria had 3 women in the finals. And I was expecting at least a medal, and this is the thing here. Ese Brume was a medal hopeful for Nigeria, even as far as the gold medal. But yesterday she jumped 6.7 meters to place 5th. Now the person who won, the American, jumped 7.10. Ese Brume's personal best is 7.17. So I don't know what just happened yesterday. And normally what happens is at times for top athletes like Ese and all the rest, what happens is that even in those kind of situations, a lot of times their best comes out. And it has happened for Ese Brume before. Her best, she's a top athlete. But I don't just know what happened yesterday. It was not impossible for her to even exceed that 7.17, which she did, and probably pick gold. But it did not happen for us. And it was quite sad. But then congrats to the ladies. 3 of them who got to the finals. Were expecting our first medal. Then we didn't get it. Now, our hopes as a whole is Toby. I'm telling you, man. That's our final hope as a country now. Toby Amuson. That's where it's at. Because if Toby Amuson doesn't, let her get gold. So that let you not be that Nigeria leaves this Olympic with 1 gold. Because that's it. That's it. All right. That's it too. That's where it's going to happen. Right? But just before, I was talking to a friend and I was like, okay, I know there's this friend, she plays Ludo very well. Her popsy plays Ludo. I said, I people are going to represent us. You can't push them and put Ludo as part of the games or Olympics or Ayo or something like that. It's been quite a sad one for Nigeria. I mean, went with over 80 athletes, more women, and the guys, the men, more, we no try. We no try for this Olympics. We know from the Tiger, but big shout out, by the way, to the Tigress. That match against the US. You don't know how good. No, so when they beat Canada and all of that, and then we were paired with US, I felt sad because I knew that it would take a miracle to beat the US. But when those girls played, it was 14 points. They could have. Those girls gave their best. Big shout outs to Wakama, the coach of the Tigress, and those other ladies. They did wonderful. Yes, this was Ese Brume that I was talking about. Ruth Usoro and Ochonogo. Ese Brume came 5th. I think Usoro came 11th, 10th or 11th, and Ochonogo came 12th. It was quite sad for us in that particular that long jump. Quite sad there. But I want to give a big shout out to the Tigress. You ladies represented us so well. Big shout out to every single member of that team and Coach Wakama. We are proud of all of you. Yesterday was another one for the US, the men, and Serbia. That match paid me for Serbia. He paid me. But we're still on the Olympics. The ongoing 2024 Olympic Games will come to an end this weekend in Paris, France. Now, with a total of 88 athletes, it seems Nigeria is still struggling to win a medal. But the country's Paralympians who have been training in Lagos ahead of the 2024 Paralympic Games, also coming up in France, are hoping to reverse the poor performance of Nigeria's athletes. Yes, now this is the table. The table has been changing quite a lot. But United States on top with 30. This was as at yesterday night. So, games are going on. So it switches a lot. But this is yesterday night. Yes, sometime yesterday night. This is a table. So if at this morning, if it has changed, you just don't understand that games coming, just thick and fast. USA, of course, and China are struggling. Total medals, USA, China will probably not meet USA. USA are on top with 103 as at the time of this particular report. China, of course, in second place. Australia, France. They put Nigeria there. Put that in again, please. The best way to do this thing. What's your plan in putting Nigeria in this thing now? Who did this thing now? What's your plan? What's your plan? Yeah, you do. See the people that don't want to work for this our country. Look, how kind of table is this thing? Zainab. My producer, Zainab. In fact, Zainab, Olamide, there's two of you. You are part of this thing. What is this? 000. We don't go put Nigeria for that guy. I'll end this thing. I don't vex. What's that? Okay. But anyway, there's somewhere that we get to do very well, and that's talking about the Paralympics here. Nigeria, we always get to do well when it comes to Paralympics, and we're hoping that the Paralympians, well, they do well. They do well. And it just shows you that we have the capability. We do have. The Paralympians, they always step up for us. They always get to win medals, and we're looking forward to them doing well at these Paralympic Games.
Sports, para-athletics, para-table tennis, para-powerlifting, and para-badminton. We have the total number of 24 athletes.
He has his own category, which is class 6, lower in standing, and me, class 5, female sitting, the highest in sitting.
It's our mission to go there to go and win the gold, because by His grace we be Nigerian. The both of us be in Nigeria #1, and we are.
Una they try forget our Paralympians are always on point. They always turn up well. You see the table for Paralympics. You go see no be that one where they put Nigeria at 0. Well, Lamina and say now go put there. No, that one go see say Nigeria. If they don't put that in, una two go hear up. But yeah, like I said, it's all on Tobi Amusan. I think the hurdles will start today. I checked the schedule. I will confirm that if it's not correct. I stand to be corrected. But today, tomorrow, the heat and semi-final for the 100-meter hurdles. And Tobi Amusan, we are all behind you. Now you remain. All right, now let's move on to transfer stories. Yeah, let's do transfers just before we get into the EPL. Newcastle United have signed William Osula from Sheffield United for a fee worth up to £15 million, including add-ons. The 21-year-old arrives at St. James's Park to bolster the club's attacking options after progressing through the ranks at Sheffield. Osula has previously been deployed as both a centre-forward and out on the left wing in his fledgling career. He leaves Sheffield after making 31 appearances and scoring 3 goals, with the most recent coming in a 5-2 FA Cup 4th-round defeat to Brighton in January. Now also Tottenham striker Richarlison says he wants to stay at the club after turning down a move to Saudi Arabia. The Brazilian player joined Sports from Everton in 2022 for a club record fee of £60 million. He scored 15 goals in 66 appearances for Tottenham and did not start every game last season under manager Ange Postecoglou. Yeah, so that's it for transfers. But hey, the major talk this weekend is the FA Community Shield between Manchester United and Manchester City. Who will win? Normal. I've opened for line too. But let me see if I have some WhatsApp message from our group. This way they know how we'll do it, yeah? We have a group where we normally talk about stuff like that. Let me see if anybody's watching now and I can take some messages. But Manchester United, remember that Man U beat Man City at for the FA Cup final. You understand? And that was how Chelsea did not go to Europa. Did not qualify for Europa as where they wanted to. But I must say that I'm looking forward to this match. Man U, they know how to beat Man City. Man U have not had the best of preseasons. Liverpool beat them, but, let's see. I'm not talking about Atetanomics, as some people will call it. But Ateta is cooking. But Manchester City look like they are better prepared for this particular match. But this was the highlight of the FA Cup. It was an interesting match. Let's take a look at just some of these highlights as we prepare for the FA Community Shield on Sunday. Okay, so some of my guys are already sending in their predictions. Falarami Sadiq says, United always play different when it comes to cup. 3-1, I see United. That's big. He says, we're going treble this season. Mark that. Who is we? Let's know who is we. Is it Man U? Treble what? Okay, let's see how all of that goes. But yeah, Sadiq here says that United will win this particular one 3-1. Let me see if you have some more predictions. But you see, getting set for this game, Lenny Yoro, who Manchester United just bought, that young boy got injured. Rasmus Højlund is also injured. And it's sad. Injury was a major problem for Man U last season. I think Manchester United had the most injuries of any of the squads of the EPL. Their players stayed out injured the most. And it was quite sad for them. But they still managed, of course, to nick into Europa, of course, with that FA Cup final win. And that was what kept Harry Ten Hag in the position, because there was just so much So much of rumors, so much of controversy about him being sacked, so much of talk, and it went on and on. Even after winning it, it dragged on and on until Ineos and, of course, Jim Ratcliffe came up to, restate that they have belief and are committed to Eric Ten Hag, and he would remain as the manager of Manchester United. He signed an extension to his contract, and irrespective of the fact that we still had Southgate inside there, Eric Ten Hag, of course, stayed back in his position as the manager of Manchester United. We're seeing their moves in the transfer market. We're expecting that they will complete the signing. Now, it is said that they want to get 2 players from Bayern Munich. That is Mazraoui, the Moroccan, and, of course, Matthias de Ligt. So let's see. Matthias de Ligt didn't play so much for Bayern Munich last season, but it remains to be seen how he can, fit into the Manchester United system. I think Matthias de Ligt and Lisandro Martinez, how would they work out? Would that work out well for Manchester United? Up front, there's nothing that we'll get to see yet so strong because, of course, there is Lenny Yoro, who, of course, was injured behind, and, of course, Rasmus Højlund, who is injured. But there's talk that Bruno Fernandes and Rashford, he's planning to play them as false forwards or something and all of that. So let's see how all of that plays out when it comes to Manchester United. Still talking about the transfer, Chelsea, of course, are about completing Samuel Morodio, and it seems that Victor Osimhen's situation is serious. I don't know. We'll talk about it tomorrow on The Beautiful Game. 11 a.m. Tune in. TVC, we'll have The Beautiful Game. We'll spend a lot of time. Victor Osimhen will be a major point because it's quite sad that a top player, 8th place Ballon d'Or, it seems like, and as it stands, it seems like Antonio Conte has decided that I am not going to work with him no matter what. Because Conte is saying that even if they don't see, if reports are to be believed, that even if they don't sell Victor Osimhen, they will still buy Lukaku. Wow. So if he buys Lukaku, what's the hope? What happens? What happens to our own? Is it going to be Saudi Arabia? Because nobody's going to pay that much, But then, there's a rumor that Arsenal is in the mix, but I don't think, because Arteta is somebody who is calculated. I feel like if they really wanted Osimhen, they would have completed the deal, because this is starting next week. So what time would he have to acclimatize? Even though I feel like Osimhen is going to be a plus to Arsenal, but I don't know if Arteta wants him. So that's where they think. I think he'll be a big plus to Arsenal. I think so. They don't have a striker like that. I mean, you play Havertz false 9. Look, that one just doesn't for Gabriel Jesus. That one should just be a utility player. He's not a 9. Arsenal still don't have a 9. That's for me. But I don't know. I don't think Arteta wants him, and especially the amount. Are Arsenal going to pay over 90, 100, 110? Already the Laurentiis put up 130 for Victor Osimhen. But we haven't seen clubs bid himself. Is that the money that's chasing them apart? So a lot of things are coming to the situation. PSG was also there, but remember that PSG also have Goncalo Ramos and Randal Kolo Muani, who are 9s. So for me, when I heard the PSG, what will happen to Ramos and Kolo Muani? Kolo Muani is French. So that is even his, you understand? So, that PSG was just not going to be somehow. So maybe if Arsenal is going to happen or whatever, let's see how all of that plays out. But like I said, tomorrow, 11 a.m. on The Beautiful Game, we'll talk more about the Victor Osimhen situation. All right? Okay. That's it. That's it on The Beautiful Game on Wake Up Nigeria. I will take a time and I'll stay with us. We'll be back after this.